Is she speaking?
She's not. It turns out she had another engagement.
Okay. Is she speaking?
Sandra's not speaking and Maya's not, I mean, not Maya, but Sampa's not speaking.
Oh, Sampa's not speaking.
So we'll have
Okay.
more space.
Okay. And Alpina is table topics master.
Yep.
They keep
Yes,
on jumping
ma'am.
around. It's hard for me to keep track of you guys.
Okay, let me go ahead and get this party started.
Partay, partay.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter what time zone you happen to be in. Welcome to Leaders Worldwide. I am Isaac, the Sergeant at Arms. And if you are a guest, which I see we have a few and they got G's in front of their name, so we're good. But also turn those cell phones off because they tend to go off when you're speaking for whatever reason, even though we're online. Club mission. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Core values: integrity, respect, service, and excellence. It is my pleasure to introduce our president, Tala bin Hamid. Tala, you have the podium.
Thank you so much, Sergeant at Arms, and good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the holiday party. And this is the most festive meeting of the entire year. And it is so great to finally let our hair down a bit, whatever is left of it, and relax for a bit. So today we celebrate not only the holidays and the season and the beauty and the love that comes with it, we're also celebrating how well our club is doing. So Leaders Worldwide Toastmasters Club is one of the clubs in the entire world that is performing at its peak. We just had an executive committee meeting last week, and we were meeting all the goals. We are on track to meet all the 10 Club Success Plan goals in the entire year. We are doing fantastically well in terms of new members enrollment, in terms of education, and in terms of all the other compliances. So this is as much a celebration of the season as it is a celebration of this club, this beautiful community that brings us all together. So as part of my opening, I had written a little poem, and I'm no poet, so it's just, some doodling, and it is titled, wait for it, Brown Santa. So here it goes. Ho, 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 how you doing? Mercury's dropping, the winds are blowing. Open the door, and won't you know, there ain't even a single inch of snow. Anticlimactic, I know that blows. Looking for equator? There it goes. Ain't got no blonde locks swirling. I'm less of an elf, more of a Merlin. Brown eyes and whiskers twirling. A million gifts I'll soon be hurling. I ain't got toys, nor have I gold. The gifts I give have riches untold. They're never brought and never sold, and yet they'll never leave your hold.
Go ahead.
I give. Sorry, was I muted?
No, you're good. You're good. Please
All
go
right.
on.
All right. So I ain't got toys, nor have I gold. The gifts I have given, riches untold. They're never bought and never sold, and yet they'll never leave your hold. I give you my heart, eternally sweet. I give you my soul, which won't be beat. I give you my love, which won't cheat, and I lay all my words at your feet.
That's
So
so
welcome
pretty.
to this meeting of leaders worldwide. And today we have a galaxy of guests with us. So we'll start with guest Romel Carreras. Please introduce yourself.
Blessed day, ladies and gentlemen. It is absolutely a great opportunity of mine to introduce myself. I'm Romel Carilias. I'm from the Philippines. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So nice to have you. Next, we have guest Luem Tabili, and please correct my pronunciation if it's wrong. Certainly is. Guest Luem.
Are you saying Louis? Oh, Louis, okay.
Luem.
Thank you.
Please introduce yourself.
I'm Louis Tabili from Asia. This is my third time with you, and I'm so glad. As, thank you.
Thank you so much. It's lovely to have you. Next, we have another returning guest, Kader Hussain. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm Kader Hussain, speaking from Pakistan. I'm a part of this Toastmaster Zoom meeting, I think from last 1 year. So I try my best to be a public speaker. So for that purpose, I really love to join you people, to learn from you people. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guest Kader, and looking forward to you becoming a member soon. Next, we have guest Toastmaster Kuku Rivera, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Please introduce yourself and feel free to
You got
correct my
it
pronunciation.
right. Good.
Oh, great.
You got it right. It's cuckoo like the clock. I'm also from the Philippines. Thanks for having me.
Wow, it's lovely to have you, and it's so amazing to see people from all over the world. And I believe we have covered. Oh, no, we haven't. We have another guest, Louis Haudelet. I don't know. Feel free to correct me and please introduce yourself.
Close enough. I'm Louise Houdelet, and I'm from Sacramento. Been in Toastmasters for 30 years and just wanted to check you out. I'm not looking for a new club, just visiting and saying hi.
How
Wow.
nice
Wow.
to meet you.
Thank you.
So you are a past district governor, so we better be on our best behavior today. Perhaps not the best day to check us out, but okay, we'll try our best. So since this is a holiday party, who knows what happens. So with that, I believe we have covered all the guests, and it is my honor and privilege to introduce our Toastmaster of the day today, who is one of our founding members and also one of our most eloquent and dedicated people that we have. And she's one of the persons that makes leaders worldwide. So everyone, please put your hands together for our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Rosemary Sweeney. Over to you, Rosemary.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Let us give him a round of applause. Remember, it's festive season now. We're not going to sit quietly. So let us give him a round of applause. And we are having a festive evening, morning, day, hour, whatever we are having now. We are celebrating our holidays. We are celebrating our birthdays, and we are celebrating our Christmases. Christmas doesn't look the same for everyone. Here in the Caribbean, Christmas is very hot. Where you are, probably Christmas is very cold because we have warm weather all around. So let us say happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday
Day
to
to
you.
you.
Because you had your birthday sometime this year, or you're going to have your birthday before the 31st of December, and we're celebrating with you. At this time, I call on our grammarian to give us a word of the day. Let us make her feel welcome. Sally, let us hear your most
Thank
lovely
you.
word.
Yes, as a grammarian, I have to listen very carefully to the repeated mistakes, which is ifs, ands, buts, and so's and while we're thinking, which are little filler, unnecessary words, which weaken your delivery. So we want to see you give the best speech you can. And that's why they use me. Anyway, our word of the day is reminisce, to reminisce or to look back at the past experiences. And that's just what we're doing today. Thank you. And I get to count those as you use it repeatedly in your deliveries as I reminisce my own past to get to Toastmasters. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And at this time, we are going to call on our timer to ensure that we stick with the times. He's going to give us our timing information. Let us make him feel welcome. Toastmaster Isaac Ford.
Thank you.
And he's
Madam
going to tell us about our master leader.
All right, thank you, Madam Toastmaster. I am the timer today, so it will be my job to keep everybody on time. We have quite a few toasts. The toast will be from 3 to 5 minutes. So at 3 minutes, you will see the green. At 4 minutes, the yellow, and 5 minutes, the red. And the table topics section tonight, table topics are going to be from 1 to 2 minutes. So at 1 minute, the green, 1.5, yellow, and 2 minutes, the red. That will be my job tonight to keep the meeting running smoothly and on time. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster of the meeting. As we reminisce at this time, we are going to remember the times we did not stick to time, and we are going to change it from now on. At this time, we have our master leader, distinguished Toastmaster Carolyn Douglas, who is going to read to us a poem, The Guest House by Rum. Let us make her feel welcome because we are in this festive season. Toastmaster Carolyn, let us make her feel welcome.
Fellow Toastmasters, this is a beautiful time for us. There are so many occasions that are being celebrated by various people throughout our world. And that means that we will be inviting loved ones, friends, and new friends who will all be guests to be with us. Therefore, I share this poem by Rumi with you. I asked you first to think of this as you're listening to the poem. Ideas are the currency of the universe. Feelings and emotions are the languages of the body. Open your heart as you listen to these words. This being human is a guest house. Every morning is a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all even if they are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house and empty it of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice. Meet them all at the door, laughing, and invite them in. Be grateful for whatever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from the beyond. End quote. I invite you to breathe and release the breath. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you, Rumi.
Thank you, thank you. We are going to release the breath as we reminisce of a time an invited guest came in. I can remember the time an invited guest came in 2017 and really did empty my house and did throw the house away. So, and that meant I would have a new house because there was nothing left of it. At this time, I notice again we are going to have our timer, but our timer already set the timing for the balance of the toasts we are going to receive. And also our president did give his information. He is a very forward-thinking gentleman, so he did give his information, and we are going to have our second toast. This is Toastmaster Maya Catherine, out with the old and in with the new. There are just a few more days for us to be out of the old year and in with the new year. And she's going to tell us something. Let us make her feel welcome.
When I was little, as soon as Christmas break started, I had no idea what day it was until it was time to go back to school. Without having to wake up early to the sound of my dad, "Wake up everyone, we gotta go to school." Tuesdays became Mondays, Mondays became Thursdays, days I didn't remember. But one day in particular, I couldn't forget, and that was New Year's Eve. The reason why embodies the saying, out with the old and in with the new. Growing up in the Caribbean, in my family, we took that saying very literally. And the way I could remember that it was December 31st was because I saw the maid with a pack of new bed sheets, new towels, new pajamas to put out for the new year. The tradition was on New Year's Day, it was good to wake up with a new bed sheet on your bed, new towels, new pajamas, so that everything in the coming year would be new, fresh, clean, crisp, and vibrant. And I kind of remember the day before as my mom opened her huge walk-in closet and was putting out all the stuff she had bought throughout the year, getting ready for this big day. I never really asked her if it was a Caribbean tradition or a family tradition, but I enjoyed it as I was growing up. Fast forward today, I still do the tradition with my kids. In fact, here is my bed sheet already for the new year. The kids are teenagers now, but I've always kept that tradition of new bed sheets, new towels, new everything, up until a couple years ago. I felt bad not being able to do everything that my parents did. but thinking and reminiscing about the true meaning of that tradition, of letting the past be in the past, of letting the new come in, I felt better about keeping the essence of the tradition as opposed to the entire tradition. So yes, I have the new bedsheet here, but we don't do the pajamas. We don't do the, we actually do new t-shirts, but now we do green t-shirts. And that's a new tradition that I started because of a client that I had met a few years ago. And one thing that we do, we sit together and we talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, and the dreams. We start with the ugly of what happened during that year, then the bad, then the good, and then we finish with what we dream for the year that's coming. And the way I realized that the most important thing, tradition is beautiful and it's good to keep longevity and keep an attachment to the past of your family. At the same time, change is good too. As long as the essence of the tradition is remembered, it's okay to improve. It's okay to modify. And if I have to say whether or not I want my children to keep the tradition, I would want them to just be happy on the 31st about what they did the year before and full of dreams about the year to come. I think that's a beautiful tradition to have. Madam Toastmaster, back to you.
Thank you so much. Her tradition is going to include reminiscing and dreaming. She's not going to replicate what was done. She's started her own movement, so her children are going to see something new. Thank you so much, so much. At this time, we're going to have our next toast, and this will come from none other than Lydia Norman Pocahontas. So we are going to welcome Lydia Norman with Pocahontas. Let us make her feel welcome.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Welcome.
Choosing a favorite holiday for me has always been a challenge. When I spent the first 40 years of my life never really celebrating anything, it was kind of hard for me to choose. But as I look back on my life, especially with the 20 years that I spent with my late husband, Richard, there's one memory that comes to my mind more than anything. Richard often told me that I reminded him of Pocahontas. Pocahontas that he dreamt of when he was a young child. So, because I do have some Indian ancestry or Native American ancestry in my DNA, I decided to dress up as Pocahontas for Halloween. I took my hair long braids. I had the nice little Indian dress on, and a neighbor even allowed me to wear his Native American boots. They were so soft and comfortable, and I really didn't want to give them back. But that day, Richard and I went to a club where we often spent time with other entertainers. It was actually very fun. We'd sing karaoke, we would perform, and my husband and I always performed a duet together. But that day, on October 31st, they actually had a costume party. Now, I had some stiff competition. I don't know if you've ever seen drag queens before, but they know how to put on their makeup so well. How could little Pocahontas actually even compete against that? But I did my best. I got up and I walked across the stage and I looked at everybody. Hello. And did my song and took my seat. As the votes were calculated, they went with 5th place. They went with 4th place. And 3rd place. Drum roll. It was Pocahontas. I won 3rd place. Okay, so I didn't win 2nd or 1st, but I was still happy to win. And so Richard's little Pocahontas actually won a prize for probably the first time in her life in a costume contest. And so as I reminisce on some of the nice things that I shared with my husband when he was here with me, that's one of my favorite memories. And Halloween is still one of my favorite holidays because it gives me the opportunity to be someone else than who I normally am. Madam Toastmaster, back to you.
Thank you so much for sharing with us. I could see on your face that you went back in time to that day you were Pocahontas. So you must just try it again. Okay, so we are going quickly. And we do not have our next 2 speakers. Let me see, is Salim here?
What?
Every day is Christmas. Salim.
Hello?
Yes. Hi.
Yes. Okay, every day is Christmas. Let us make him feel welcome. Because I too think every day is Christmas.
You want me,
Am I saying it properly?
do you want me to speak on Christmas? I don't understand.
Okay, sorry. The next speaker is I'm sorry for the mispronunciation, but it is every day is Christmas. Our honored guest.
Zamin Salim.
Zamin Salim. Okay, wait 1 minute. Zamin Salim. I knew it was a him. Our next guest is our honored guest from Sri Lanka, who was going to join our club when a crisis in his country prevented him from paying the Toastmasters fee. We are happy to welcome him for the special gathering. Please welcome him. I will not kill his name again. His toast is called Every Day is Christmas. Let us make him feel welcome. So going through that crisis, we are so happy to have you this evening.
If you
And
have
could you
money,
pronounce your name, please, before you
yeah,
start?
you did, Madam Toastmaster. Thank you very much.
Okay, I thought it was.
Yeah. If you have money, every day is Christmas. That is what everybody says in our country. But in reality, if you come to Sri Lanka is a multi-ethnic, multicultural country where we have, for the next year, official 27 days of holidays. Which other country does have them? And most of them are religious and cultural holidays. For example, it's not only Christmas. January, we have the Thai Pongal Day. That is a Hindu holiday. We all celebrate. The Hindus, they celebrate, they prepare sweet meats and they share with the neighbors. And sharing is a way of caring we practice in our, our neighborhoods. Whenever a festival comes, we all join together and we celebrate it together. So it doesn't matter which faith you come from or which religion you follow, we all celebrate together. So that is the beauty of these holidays we have. So it is going to be Thai Pongal. It can be the Shivaratri, which is coming in after Thai Pongal, then the Good Friday, the Sinhalese and Tamil New Year Day, and Ramzan Day. Every religion is, every non-religion present in the country is celebrated with a holiday, and everybody gets together and celebrates. And that is the beauty. So just like the Toastmaster said while introducing me, the country went into a crisis. We were not able to remit foreign currency. But still, people inside, although the cost of living has skyrocketed, it doesn't prevent us from celebrating. If you come to Colombo, if you go to major hotels, you will see huge, beautifully erected Christmas trees. And just a couple of days ago, I took my little granddaughter, 3 years old granddaughter, to see the Christmas decorations all around the place. And she was fascinated. And she said, Appa, that is how she calls me, the granddad, we should make a Christmas tree. Yeah, of course, we do not mind doing that. So I'm going to build a Christmas tree in my home. I'm going to decorate it, and it's going to be a day full of fun. And what I'm going to say is, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter which faith you are in, which religion you follow. Every religion and every faith tells you to be kind and be generous to everyone. So that is what we do, irrespective of what your belief is. When the festival comes, you prepare sweet meats, the food, we share with neighbors, we give it to the poor, and we do all good things in good faith. And when you do that, you don't need money to celebrate Christmas every day. Every day is going to be Christmas when you have your hearts pure. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much for pointing that out to us. As long as our hearts are pure, every day it's Christmas. And what I picked up more is that he shares with the hungry and the homeless. And by just sharing, you will realize Christmas, because their eyes are going to brighten up and they will be forever thankful to you. At this time, we're missing our two next speakers. So I'm going to share. In the Caribbean, we celebrate everything, Christmas, holidays, and everything in between and after. So although it is Christmas time, we are already planning for Carnival. And Salim, in the Caribbean and where I live, I think we have more than 27 holidays. Every Sunday is a holiday. And plus, nearly every month we have a holiday. There's a holiday for everything. And we love Carnival. We love to dance. So I'm just going to share a John Canoe. This is celebrated in the Bahamas, in Montserrat. That's in first. So from January it starts and it goes all throughout the year. Let me see if I can share my screen. So I'll just give you one photo. May I share my screen, please? Okay. Can I be allowed to share screen?
You'll be able to do it now.
Okay. Okay, so this is just one of the many I show. This is just one of the many masquerades which you might see on the streets during this carnival, this Christmas time, because they're going to start showcasing their costumes. And John Canu, he's sticking out his tongue at people, and they're going to be enjoying the colors and everything. So although it is not Christmas and they do not look at Christmas, but there's a celebration. There's a celebration with lots of food the same way. And true, it's true, we are always complaining here that things are expensive, but when this time comes around, it is food, it is everything going on, because you just need to be happy. And I think that is what it is all about. At this time, we have come to our table topic session. And let us make our table topic master feel welcome.
Hello, everyone. This is Alpana, and I'll be your table topics master today. I'm going to share my screen, and just give me a minute. Okay, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, wonderful. So I love that today has been a multicultural presentation of all sorts of different holidays. And I wanted to share my table topics based on one of my favorite holidays. And as I was listening in, I was reminiscing about my time growing up in India, celebrating Diwali, which is also known as the Festival of Lights. And Diwali is the Festival of Lights. It's one of the important Hindu celebrations. But as Zameen, I hope I'm saying your name correctly, said that in those
Yes,
parts
yeah.
of the world, we celebrate so many different holidays. So growing up, we celebrated holidays that were Hindu festivals, Muslim festivals, Jain, Sikh, Buddhist, Parsi, all sorts of different religions. And each religion had its own narrative. However, when it came to Diwali, it was something that was celebrated by everybody. And it was essentially the victory of good over evil, or light over darkness. And what you see in the photo is a kandil, or a lantern that my brother had made, which hung up in our balcony. So this is an old photo from our home. Again, I'm a cultural Hindu, not a very religious Hindu. My parents celebrated all different types of religions. This is some of my childhood photos that I have. And what I wanted to share for the table topics were some questions that I had framed around Diwali, which is a Hindu holiday, and my favorite characters from the Hindu holiday. So these are just like a few glimpses of what Diwali has looked like for me in America. So now I think I have to toggle to the other window to see if I can find someone that can answer the question. So forgive me because I'm negotiating multiple windows out here. So I want to try and see, or maybe somebody can help me. No, never mind. I think I figured out. Okay, so I'm going to start with Louise, if you are ready to answer the question. So what you're seeing in front of you is, this is Lakshmi, who's the Hindu goddess of wealth and happiness. And she's somebody that we offer like a lot of gifts to around Diwali. And I personally love that this is a woman who's the goddess of wealth, and we can invoke abundance for women. So my question to you is, can you share an area in your life where you feel abundant, or a story of creating abundance in somebody else's life?
Thank you, Madam Table Topics Master. I don't know that I believe there is a goddess of wealth and happiness, but I know the happiness I have in my life is from the wealth of family. I'm a great-grandmother, and currently the youngest one is 8 years old. Do have two that are 20 and 22. And the joy that I've had in helping raise them into the young women that they are is really tremendous. The smile that I have whenever they come to visit just makes my heart feel very, very happy. I have taken the older two to Toastmaster meetings since they were 3 and 5. And I think one of the times that really demonstrated to me how much my family traditions have carried through to them, even though they're great-granddaughters. We were having a intermission with food out on the table and everything, and it came time to clean up. Well, I normally do the cleanup and things like that. And these girls, both of them, just helped without asking. They went ahead and gathered the food together and packaged it up as it needed to be. And this response of just pitching in whenever it needed was something that made me very happy, especially when one of the adults was there, came over after we were almost completely done and says, "Can I help?" It surprised me, but the girl says, "You can decide to take some of the food," she said. But the younger one of the two was very excited whenever she turned 18 and became a Toastmaster for the first time. So as I reminisce about the things that I have done with the girls, it just brings wealth and happiness into my heart. Back to you, Madam Table Topics Master.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Louise. That truly sounds like it's they are so abundant with grandma's love. So I think them sort of, with you leading the way for them to even offer all the things that they've been offering without you asking, is just such a beautiful, beautiful thing. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. So the next person up is guest Kadar, if you're available. Are you available?
Or Kader Hussein.
Okay, maybe he's stepped away.
Yeah.
No, I can see him. He's here.
Okay,
He's
I'm just
muted,
going to
so
move to the next person and then maybe come back. So is guest Romel available?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Romel. So I'm going to just share a little bit. The image that you see on screen right now is Ganesh, who is the remover of obstacles. And my question to you is, Diwali is about spreading the light. So share someone in your life that you are grateful for as the remover of obstacles. And these can be obstacles that are either small or big.
Thank you. Well, I'm cogitating for people who I'm grateful and I'm so thankful for. It was a kind of tough for me to think of one person only, but these are the people that I would be acquainting you all. Primarily my savior. It's my God, who is one of the best way of mine to remove the obstacles of my life. Well, I'm a Christian. Jesus Christ is my God, and I'm so grateful for the gift of life, gift of way out. So there are no words for me to show my appreciation completely to him. On the other hand, I'm also thankful to my parents who are undeniably supportive when it comes to my endeavors in life. Well, whenever I'm struggling, their advices, their love will always be my way of removing my obstacles, I would say. Lastly, my pastor, he's the teacher of mine when it comes to my faith. So, well, I would say the lessons, the preachings are incredibly something that I really want to be looking forward, because it's a kind of best way, one of the best ways for me that could definitely help me out to remove my obstacles. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your share. It sounds like you are well supported by family as well as your faith. So thank you so much for sharing that. That was beautiful.
Woohoo. And Alpana?
Yes.
Maya Catherine says she has to leave soon, so she's open to do a table topic question if you have it.
Sure.
Awesome.
I can ask Maya Catherine. Let me find a question for her. Okay, Maya, this is for you. So this is Parvati, who's the goddess of love and devotion. And she's supposed...
We can't see the pictures.
Oh, you cannot see the picture?
No.
I can.
I can.
I can too.
Okay, I'm sorry, who said they can't? Maya, you can't?
No, I can. I can.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going. So this is Parvati, the goddess of love and devotion, and she is somebody that's fairly central in the Hindu Diwali sort of context. And my question for you is, women are often measured by their devotion to others and not themselves. So share a time in your life, it could be any time, when you chose yourself. So it can be related to anything, travel, self-care, or any area where you made time to devote for yourself.
Thank you. And I am enjoying this because I celebrate Diwali. And as I'm speaking to you, I have Ganesh and Lakshmi on a table. And I have Parvati actually not too far. So this is very exciting. Yes, time of my life. I think there was a time of my life where I speak about that in this club all the time, when things started going wrong, and physically, emotionally, mentally. And it was self-love and putting myself first that got me to come back from that. And I can say it saved my life, because it got to the point where it could have been really bad. And I learned the power of no. And I learned the power of putting my oxygen mask first. Because if I don't take care of myself, I cannot be my best for my family, my kids, the people I'm with, and the people that depend on me, and the people I want to support. So self-care is really, and self-love is really care for others. Self-devotion is really devotion to others. Because when we do that, when we take care of ourselves, then we are the best that we can be for the others around us. So it's really an act of love for everyone to love ourselves and be devoted to ourselves. Thank you so much for this topic. I wish I could stay. I absolutely love Diwali, and thank you for bringing it up.
Thank you, Maya. That was beautiful. I think that was such a good reminder for all of us to put our oxygen mask on first so that we can be nourished before taking care of others. So thank you. I know she had to go. Is there, so I can't really see everybody on the screen. How much time do we have, and who would like to go next?
We have all the time we want.
Okay, so it shows me 2 participants have raised hands, but I cannot see who they are. So would somebody please help me?
Let's see, Cuckoo Rivera and Rosalind Khan.
Okay, perfect.
Oh,
So,
and the timer has, oh no, he's supposed to have his hand raised, never mind.
okay, so let's go with Cuckoo. So Cuckoo, what you see in front of you is Hanuman, who's the monkey god, and he's the son of the wind god Vayu, and one of the central characters in the Hindu epic Ramayana. So my question for you is, if you had the ability to fly mountains and transport yourself anywhere, where would you go? Where would you travel to?
If I could teleport myself, I would say go diving, but I just realized that I'd really want to go back to the United Kingdom, London, back during the mid 80s and early 90s. And I had to reminisce about the punk era. The clubs, Duran Duran, Boy George, Culture Club, Susie and the Banshees. And I'd really want to walk the cobblestones, get in pubs, witness riots, sticky floors, rowdy noise, and then observe people with, back then, weird haircuts, makeup on men. And coming to think of it, that was a norm way back then. And now we have K-pop with male singers who have flawless and beautiful face, way better than women's. And I like to reminisce and travel that particular time and let the culture and vibe sink in. And of course, experience the great music live. I'd really like to experience London in the early 80s and early 90s. Back to you, Alpana.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. That painted a vivid picture in my mind, and it took me back. I was reminiscing back to my time in London and how I might like to actually explore it. And I did not see that version of London, but that would be absolutely fun to see. So thank you so much for taking us there, transporting us there. All right, so let's move
So
on.
I think Rosalind was also interested in speaking.
Yes, so I was going to go with Rosalind next, if you are ready. So this is, and I think this one's perfect. It's Kali, who's the goddess of love and devotion. And she tends to look a little bit scary. And it's only because she represents the dual nature of death, and rebirth. This is based on the Hindu mythology. And she has 3 eyes that represent the sun, moon, and fire. So my question for you is, let's talk about a walk on the wild side. Like when I was 16, for me, I stepped into a bar unknown to my parents, and that was kind of wild for me. So I'd love for you to share something wild that you like to do or something that you have done in the past.
Well, thank you so much, Mantle Table Topics, Alpana. I am so elated by these, and there's a couple of things that come to my mind, so we get a 2-part story. And the first one is wild and crazy. I spent a year traveling all around the world with a group called Up With People that sponsored Cultural Understanding. And from this, it gave me the bravery to travel on my own, to go back to Europe, nearly all by myself. And I had a travel partner, but we split up after a while. And my last stop was in Denmark. And I can say that I was very tired that night. And I decided I just wanted to go out for a walk because, you know, when you're traveling, you always got to get every last minute in and soak up everything there is to soak and, you know, get it all out. And so I remembered very clearly as if it was yesterday. I went out to this walkway that was around this, like a forest. Maybe there was a lake or something like that. And I remember walking and enjoying and appreciating it. And this person comes up to me and says, "Oh, you seem so tired. You should sit down and take a break. Let me rub your back." I remember sitting down for 2 seconds and getting up and running for my life. And the lesson I learned was when you're tired, you should take a nap and go to sleep because you never know what's going to happen on the other side. And I wish I could tell you the other story because it's a riot, but I see my time has come out. And so the moral of the story is you need to take care of yourself. As one of the other persons said, it's take care of yourself first and the rest will follow. Thank you for allowing me to share my story of going on the wild side.
Thank you, Rosalind. That really made me laugh. Thank you for that chuckle. And it actually wants me to know more about your story. So I hope you can share your wild story at some other point in time. And it also made me reminisce about my time in Europe recently. So thank you so much for sharing that. So how are we with time? Are we good? Is there anybody else?
Yeah, we have more time, right, Kathleen?
We have more time. So how many more do we have time for?
Let's see, do we have any more guests? There's Luem and Rommel.
Oh, we have a new guest, Sabara.
Oh, Sabaraya came on.
Sabaraya,
Okay,
yeah.
great.
But she just came, so she may not be ready to jump right in there.
But maybe Cassandra or Luem.
Nadine's here.
Nadine, yay!
Okay, so
everybody's here for the holidays.
I have about 3 or 4 windows open, so it would be really helpful if somebody can help me with the person that would like a question. I can also go with the guest. Does Luim want a question? I think, did we do a question with Luim already or not?
Luim is always busy working, so I love that she comes in, but she is taking care of her job.
Oh,
and
she unmiked there. Can you unmic and answer a question,
Luim?
Oh, maybe she just did it momentarily. Okay. Yeah, I think
Yes,
you're
but
right.
I would love to hear from Sabaria. I would love to hear from Nadine. I would love to hear from Cassandra. Cassandra always has wonderful, rich answers for any question.
So Cassandra, would you like to go? Are you available? Maybe she's away from the mic.
Yeah.
Nadine, are you available for a question? maybe kind of late where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if
Sabaira?
Sabaraya,
Sabaira? Did I say that right?
Sabaraya,
Sabaraya.
I think it's Sabaria. Anyway, we know.
Oh, there she goes. She's unmuted.
Oh, great. Would you like a question for table topics? Oh, I see a thumbs up. Okay, perfect. So if you can see my screen, what you see on screen is Saraswati, who is the goddess of education, creativity, and music. So she's typically represented by a light color as she overcame her anger through meditation and formed her identity. So a lot of these are interesting Hindu mythological things that may or may not make sense, which is perfectly okay. So my question is, in this world where being busy rules our lives, and it is often the focus, we don't always do things that are creative. So if you could explore a new creative skill in the coming year, what would it be and why?
I think we lost her. I think she dropped
drop
off.
off?
Yeah, I think she dropped off.
Okay. Oh, she's back, but
Oh, okay, there she is.
oh, hi.
There's a little bit of connection because I'm on board. I can do it like say maybe about 10 minutes time. 10 minutes.
Later on.
Oh, okay. Can I let you know?
Okay.
Okay, so sounds like she's not available right now, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna see who else would like to answer that question. Well, I'm just gonna pick somebody right now. Cynthia, I'm gonna pick you today.
Okay.
Would you like me to repeat the question?
Yeah, just briefly. Yeah, I've never heard of that goddess before. That's amazing. So what's she the goddess of?
She's the goddess of education, creativity, and music. So my question is, in this world where we constantly stay busy, we don't always focus on creative things. So if you could explore a creative skill in the new year, what would it be and why?
Well, the thing that I miss the most, that I've lost touch with COVID, is my walking. And it was very creative because I would walk in the park and there was trees and animals and birds, wildlife. I live in San Francisco and it's a big city, but wow, we have so much wildlife, from coyotes and squirrels and hawks and ducklings and swans. And it just made me connect with nature. And then I would walk up my waterfall steps, and it's about 100 steps up there alongside the waterfall, and they have several bridges that going across. And it was wonderful just to hear the sound of the running water and to feel maybe some of that water on my face. And also at the top of the mountain, I could see 50 miles away to Mount Diablo on a clear day. And it was amazing. And I have some friends that live over there, and it helped me connect with them to just see the mountain from there. And then I would walk up a little bit further, and there was a ruin of an observatory, an old star observatory that was destroyed in the 1906 earthquake. And then walked around, and I could see the ocean and then the Golden Gate Bridge. Whoops, there was my headdress fell off. My Christmas headdress. And the bay and Mount Tamalpais, and even the hills over in Oakland and Berkeley. So I really feel it's very creative when I'm out in nature and able to walk and reconnect and meditate as I'm walking along. I love it. And I love your goddess, Sarati. Wonderful. I haven't connected with her yet. I love Ganesh.
That's
So
to you.
yes, thank you. Thank you so much for that. You just sharing about walking and calling it something creative was just so wonderful, because even for me, when I walk, it's one of those moments or time to myself where I can just sort of be in that meditative state and also be able to think of creative ideas. So I can totally feel that connection with walking and being creative. And then just taking us on your adventure where you can see all these sights of San Francisco. Oh my gosh, I want to be able to do that myself too. So thank you for that beautiful share, Cynthia. So do we have time for one more, or are we?
I think we have
Well,
plenty of time.
There's one thing, and that is that our wonderful master leader is a leader of many. And she has to go and serve as part of the club coach training program. So perhaps we should just let our wonderful leader, Carolyn Douglas, do her part and go with her reflections. What do you think?
That sounds great.
Okay. Then shall we, Carolyn Douglas, DTM Carolyn, are you ready just to offer your reflections?
Yes, I would love to share some reflections. I am truly grateful to hear the various speeches that were given tonight. The call that's in that poem, The Guest House, gives us pause as well as the opportunity to just stop and observe what's before us and what is being shared with us. It is about the various ways that we feel energy, how people present themselves to us, how we present ourselves, how we interact with one another in life. And just hearing some of the speeches that were given, I kept smiling. I thought about Pocahontas and her husband's dream. His fantasy being right there. Welcome it all. Not having a spirit of, but this is just another part of life, the givingness of life. I enjoyed every speech because I could see some part of what all of that meant. So I have to remind myself once again, those words of Rumi. And I hope you will remind yourself of the poems, the words. Here he says, there is the dark thought, the shame, the malice, but yet meet them all. Every day isn't always the same, but the ideas of the universe are right there. Our feelings and our emotions are right there. Pay attention. Welcome it all. Back to you. Thank you for this opportunity. I do have to get to the other training. Bye-bye.
Happy holidays, Carolyn.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Do we return to our table topic session?
Are we going back, or?
What do you think? It's up to you, Alpana. Do you feel replete here, or do you want us to reminisce further? It is entirely up to you. We certainly have the time, but we don't want to waste our time. We want to have every minute mean something.
Yes. No, I'm fine either way. If anybody would like a question, I'm happy to um,
You
share
have
one.
more goddesses?
I have
Gods?
gods and goddesses.
Yeah.
I would love to hear from Cassandra and Nadine if they were nearby,
Okay, let's see.
but they may not be available.
We can.
Shiva. Oh,
This is Shiva. Cassandra, are you available?
Yes, I am.
Oh, wonderful. Would you like a question?
Sure, I'll take a question from you, Apana.
Okay, so you're looking at Shiva, who is the god of destruction. So he's one of the trinity of gods. So he's one of the pretty important gods in Hinduism. And although he's the destroyer, he also represents good and evil. So he's the father of Ganesh, the one that I had showed before, and also the husband to Parvati. And incidentally, he had also chopped off his son's head, which is a part of the story. But we're not going to go into that. But the question is, can you share a time when there was something good that came out of something bad?
Sure. Excuse me. There's always, it's that yin and yang, always at odds. There's always that at play in life. And so when we have that at play at life, we always have to take the higher road and see the good in any situation, because there's always that good that can come out of a bad situation. We have to just look for it. So for me, it's what we call that silver lining. So for me, I try to take the good in a situation. I'll take, for example, let's see, let's take, with all the destruction, the shootings, and the things that happened over in the summer that happened with Black Lives Matter. The good that came out of that when the pandemic happened and people had to shut down and people had to go in and really sit down, not just with the not just within our country, but the world. It gave all of us a chance to just really sit down, slow down, which the world really needed to do. Sit down, and families really had to come together. People really had to sit with their families. Families came together. Men, women actually had to sit with their families. Not just the women, men had to sit with their families. And I'm not just saying all men, because not all men were, I don't want to use the word neglecting their families, but a lot of men truly didn't know what it took to be with their families, with their children. They left that for the woman to do. But at that, when everything shut down, they really had to see what women were actually doing for many years by themselves. So when that actually happened, they really got a chance to see what women were doing by themselves. Even though it was a two-parent family, a lot of women were actually doing these things by themselves. And so it just brought the family unit together. And so out of that situation brought the family unit together. And so out of that bad situation came a good thing where the unit became more of a family unit. And so out of that situation, I believe good things came out of that. Back
Thank
to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much for sharing that,
Single
Cassandra.
topics, so I'm sorry about that, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you for sharing that, Cassandra. You shared a lot of poignant thoughts out there. With the first one was the role of that gender plays, and being able to shift that with men perhaps being more hands-on, doing a lot of women's roles perhaps. And then the second was just even reminding us of Black Lives Matter and the awareness that it has brought nationally and globally now. So thank you so much for sharing that. So I think if we are complete, I can stop sharing, and I hope you enjoyed it. This was fun for me to bring something a little different from my culture, and I hope you enjoyed it. So thank you so much for letting me share today. And back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much for sharing with us. This evening I learned of so many gods and goddesses. I will have to look them up so I can start seeing what they are all about. And at this time, I call on our role players. Let us first have our role player, our grammarian, to give her grammarian's report. Sally Reyes, let us make her feel welcome.
Thank you so much, Rosemary. It's been an interesting, wonderful sharing conversation about reminiscing. And we have Carolyn used 1, Rosemary 1, Maya 1, Lydia 2. I used 1, Alpina 2, Lois 2, Cynthia 1, Kathleen 2, and then we have other things. We have Alpina with She used 8. That's the part we want to shorten and leave a space instead of a word which has no meaning. But we congratulate you for setting a good record. And Rommel, 1 and Cynthia, so. And what the words that I have enjoyed is vibrant, Diwali, and witness, because we are witnessing our pasts and our present. And I think that was a wonderful plan and execution that we have had today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sally. You're getting to be a pro at the grammarian's rule. Let us make our timer, Toastmaster Isaac, feel welcome as he delivers his report.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Well, I'll just go down the list because we had quite a few speakers. Carolyn was 2 minutes and 48 seconds, and her second closing was 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Maya, 4 minutes and 26 seconds. Lydia, 4 minutes and 7 seconds. Zaim, 3 minutes and 24 seconds. Louise, 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Romel, 1 minute, 54 seconds. Maya again, 1 minute, 33 seconds. Cuckoo, 1 minute, 49 seconds. And Rosalind, 1 minute and 38 seconds. And I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, but I'm going to say Sabaria, 2 minutes and 17 seconds. And last, Cassandra, 4 minutes. That is my timer's report. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you for keeping such prompt timing and timing us so very well. At this time, I'm going to show you my last slide. In the Caribbean, we have lots of different foods, but during this holiday season, you're going to find every home with a Christmas cake. And I chose one which we all will be familiar with, Christmas cake and ginger beer. Let me share this. One is different. So in every home, ouch, there is Christmas cake and there must be ginger beer. Now, some people have taken a long time to make their ginger beer, at least 3 months. It is stored away in a cool, dark place. And at the end of the time, when you're ready, just before Christmas, it is taken out, placed on the fridge, and it tastes similar to beer. Sometimes it even has a sweet taste like wine. So you find that in every home because the children have to enjoy that ginger beer. At this time, I see our president there. Should I hand over to our president? And let us make him feel welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. What a session it has been. I was lucky enough to be able to listen in, if not participate. Not only the speeches about that reminisced about various festivals and various occasions in life, but also the table topics. Sincerely grateful to everyone. And it was all unbelievably beautiful to hear. In fact, even the voices, even the sounds that since I was not able to see most of the time, it was so beautiful to hear. It was just like being in a storybook where you are part of the story. So thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. Thank you so much, Table Topics Master. And thank you so much, all the speakers, for making our day, week, month, and year. This is something that we will take forward with us. This is a beautiful memory that we'll take forward with us, not only through the holidays, but through the entire next year until this very meeting rolls around again. So before moving on, I will hand over the charge briefly to our VP Education, Toastmaster Kathleen Peel, who will be enlisting the roles for our next meeting. So please be generous, please be kind, and give the best gift that you can give to a VP Education, and that is to take up a role in a meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Kathleen.
And this will be January 2nd, California time, at the same time period that we are meeting now. So I guess everyone who is a member is would be in January 2nd, not January 3rd. And so many of you here are going to be in the breakout room. So we'll remember that. You'll remember that you'll be in the breakout room, but we have room. We have 4 speakers, 4 evaluators. We have Toastmaster of the Day. We have timer, table topics. The whole menu is up for us to partake. the general
Kathleen?
evaluator.
Is this a prep for the international speech competition that's going to happen later in the month? I mean,
It's a normal meeting, but that is a prep, isn't it? Yes. Thank you for that reminder to keep us motivated to speak. Now, I do see 2 names in the speakers slots, but I wonder if they are mistakes. There's Binta.
Yes, she's not in there.
She should not be there.
We can take her. I think she's going to.
All right, and
And
then Grace, and then we have Grace Witira. Is that
Grace is not a member.
Yeah. So I think those are mistakes, and
Yeah,
so that
those are
means
mistakes. But maybe you could read off the breakout people so we remind them, because there's 6 people in the breakout.
yeah. So we have the people present are Cassandra, Atifa. Atifa's not here. Rosalind and Rosemary, and then we have Carrie, Atifa, and Sandra. So all together, 6 of you will be in the breakout. That's Cassandra, Carrie, Atifa, Rosalind, Sandra, and Rosemary. So I'm not going to ask you to volunteer for the main room here, but I'm asking, who would like to do a speech?
Is Lydia still here?
Yes, Ms. Lydia is.
Yeah. Do you want to go in? Are you going to be available on the 2nd in the evening? You could put a slot for a speech. And if you've finished already level 2, then you can go on to level 3.
Okay. Alpana, thank you so much for the fun party.
That was amazing.
Yes, thank you for coming.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Happy holidays.
Bye.
Happy
Thank you.
holidays.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Thank you. I mean, it was such a lovely,
It's a pleasure to
I
see
would
you.
love to
again.
return again some other time.
Yes,
Good,
definitely.
yeah. So Lydia, you would like to speak, is that correct?
Yes, I love this.
Good. Good, I'm glad. All right, that's one speaker. Do we have another? I
So
see
I
a
could,
hand.
Kathleen, I could speak.
Okay, thank you, Michelle.
Unless you need me for something else, like like Toastmaster or anything like that, but I'm happy to speak.
Well, we need it all. So let's just get in there. And if you want to speak, that's what you'll do.
Could you evaluate also? We're going to try to do that more
Yes,
in May.
if we have a time between me and a break between speaking
Yeah,
and
we can
evaluating.
we can wrangle things around. So Lydia, we start early practicing evaluations. Would you care to go for it and practice evaluating?
Sure.
Oh, that's splendid. I know you are so sharp. All righty. And Rosemary, I love your speeches. Would you care to do a speech?
I think she's doing a speech in the breakout.
Oh, that's right. Oh, you're exactly right.
Yeah, we got 6 people in there.
Yeah. Okay.
So who else
right.
is maybe?
Well, Sandra Edwards might be somebody. She's missed out today.
She's in the breakout. She's in the breakout.
Oh, she's in the breakout too. Okay.
Yeah.
But there's Sally for grammarian.
Would you like to
possibly.
do grammarian, Sally? What a question, huh?
What about Isaac? Does he want to speak?
I was going, yes. What would you like to do?
Sure, I could give a speech.
All righty. And an evaluation?
Evaluate.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. And so Nadine, my dear, are you in there somewhere?
Yes, Kathleen, how are you?
Hello, my dear. It's nice to know you're here. Would you care to, are you going to be available January 2nd? It's at the same time period, and there are lots of roles. And we do have one more spot for a speaker. And then we have evaluator, we have general evaluator, we have Toastmaster of the day. I don't think you've done that, have you?
No, I've never done that one.
And we have table topics. Are you experienced with timing? We could show you if you don't know it.
Right. So I've not done timing. I've not done Toastmaster of the day.
Okay, what would you like? Let's give you what you love. What would you love to do?
So I'm not sure. Can you do two things like timing and a speech?
I think what I would like to ask you to do is speech and an evaluation.
Okay.
Timing is not, I'd rather you do speech and evaluation. That's very rich and it really makes you flower.
Or if that's too much, she might want to consider being a table topics master, because that's a really fun role if she doesn't want to speak. But speech and evaluation is great.
No, I do want to give a speech.
Perfect.
Oh, good. Oh, this is wonderful. And so you're up for doing an evaluation. This makes us strong.
Sure.
It also prepares you for the speech contests that are coming up. Both sides, both ends.
Yes, yes. Oh, that's wonderful. Now we have, let's see, do we have another Mr. Talha bin Hamid? What would you care to do? This is hard for you to
show up.
Would you be around for table topics?
It's this particular slot, right?
That's right. And I let's see if I can quickly tell you the timing of.
Yeah. What date we are talking about?
It would be January 3 for you in the morning.
January 3 in the morning. At this point, just because the time clashes with the morning commute and everything, so I'd rather not take up a role. But closer to the meeting, I can take up any role provided I'm available.
Yes.
No worry.
Yes, I understand. Thank you for all your service. And I loved your poem. It's so funny and sweet and so clever. So clever. My goodness. You are a clever boy.
Is Rosemary Sweeney in the breakout room, or is she available?
Yes, Rosemary's in the breakout. Cassandra's in the breakout. Rosalind is in the breakout. So that makes us going hungry. But we'll be pounding the pavement and beating the bushes looking for.
And is Cynthia in the breakout?
And
oh, Cynthia, what would
no,
you?
I'm not in the breakout. But remember, Ragananda wanted to be the table topics master. That's right. On the 2nd, is he already in there? I sent a message about that.
Okay, thank you. I'll stick him in.
Okay, great. And then maybe one of our guests, like Celine, is he still here?
I think he left.
He left. Okay. Because I wonder if one of our guests would like to play a role for us. I can't see the last one. Kedar is not a Toastmaster, but
Rommel, would you be interested, Rommel, in playing a major role here? We have general evaluator and we have Toastmaster. I forget. Yeah, Kadar has not been a Toastmaster yet.
Yeah, he's a guest.
But perhaps Rommel would want to venture into this. That would be wonderful.
For now, I can't, sorry, because I am still trying to cognize the things that you're exactly doing in this platform. This is my second time around, so I'm trying to digest everything prior
Excellent.
to joining your, program itself. Thank you.
Yes, yes, I loved your table topics response also, Rommel. It really touched me. Anyway, okay, that is my period, and I thank you very much for your indulgence and for your generosity. Oh, there is one thing I would like to show you, and that is, this is what I want all of my teammates. If you're a member of this club, you are a teammate, and that means we work together and we play our part to help the whole move along. So when you see, I have not been sending these regularly because hardly anyone responds, but that is not because it's not a good system. It's because we don't use it properly. So I'm going to continue sending these out and asking you, when you see a message like this in your email inbox, that means open it. When you open it, it will ask you down at the bottom, I will be at that meeting or I will not be at the meeting. If you click I will be, it's going to give you this little funny tiny link for you to click. And you click that and it opens to the meeting where on the right side, this is an old meeting, but you will see where you can just click a little button that says, I will accept or I will decline this role. Please do that. There's a whole bunch else you can look around on this slide and see on this site, but that is what I ask you to do every time. Open it up every week and see if you can participate in the upcoming meeting. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank
Back
you
to
so
you, DTM President August Talha bin Hamid.
Thank you so much, VP Education, Kathleen. And I will second Kathleen here. Please use Easy Speak. It may not look like the most friendliest of interfaces, but it is a perfect way to plan a meeting. I have used it. I have been using it, and for leaders worldwide. And I'm trying to also get my home club onto it for some time now. It will take some effort, but I'm getting good guidance from Kathleen on that. The way she is trying to get everyone on it. So I hope to learn from that, and I hope to get everyone on that as well. So this makes it super easy because it will not only make it easy for you to pick up your role, it will provide you with all the relevant information. For example, if you're booking a slot for a speech, it will provide you with everything that you need in order to book a slot, including which path you're on, which project you're doing, and it will also provide summaries for all the roles that you're planning to do. So it's a beautiful system. Yeah, sometimes beauty is not on the outside, it is on the inside, but still it remains beautiful. And secondly, I'll conclude this particular session by reminding our VP Education that, I am potentially available for any pinch hitting role that you may need for that particular meeting, because, due to the commute, I cannot take up a role that asks me to sit on the laptop and manage things, for example, timer or grammarian. But any other role that you may need me to do, just get in touch with me, and yeah, if I can make time and handle the logistics, I'll be there. So with that, we move on to the last segment, which is as important as any other segments, and that is giveaways. And in this session, we offer all the riches of the world. And today it will be something I'm having, a hot beverage. So you'll get a hot beverage of your choice. But first, you'll have to give us something in return. And that would be, what did you learn from the meeting and what are you taking away? So let's start with our guests. Our first guest is guest Romel. Please let us know, what are you taking away from this meeting?
If you don't mind, can you repeat your question? I wasn't able to hear that.
No worries, no worries. What are you taking away from this meeting?
Oh, got it. It is absolutely a great honor of mine to be part of your platform, learning and enhancing, utilizing skills when it comes to communication. Well, probably one of the things that I would say is to leave out is the ability to expose yourself. Don't hesitate. Don't be intimidated. Have courage. Don't people judge you. No matter what happens, it's you. So if you want to be the best version of yourself, just go, carry on. Don't care anybody. Thank you.
Wow, that was beautiful, and that's what Toastmasters does. Because I am in my other life, I am a very close person, an incredible introvert. Even my closest friends, they call me out on it, that you don't share. And same goes for my family. But within Toastmasters, like, it's no barriers exist. So yeah, Toastmasters have that strange ability to, just bring you out into the open and share everything about your life. Next, okay, Romel, we are offering hot beverages here in keeping with the season. Which is your hot beverage? What would you like to have right now? Romel, are you there? All right, we can come back to you later. We have guest Luim Tebili. Are you there?
Is it me?
Yes, it's you. It's you. And what are you taking away from this meeting?
Okay.
Or anything you'd like to
Yeah, thank you. The first one is about the word reminisce. This is the new word for me, and I've heard that it means recollection, okay, of memories in the past. And I'm so glad that this will be my something that is to add on in my vocabulary. Okay, and the second one is about the Diwali itself. And I've learned that there are different gods with different roles. And I also learned that Diwali is the festival of lights. Okay. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was
Okay,
beautiful.
back to
And
you.
which hot beverage would you like to drink right now?
Thank you.
Okay, guess Louis, we just need to ask you, since we are giving away hot drinks, which hot beverage would you like to drink right now?
Tea,
Uh,
maybe some tea.
What
Sorry,
would you?
are you?
Yeah. We are asking you what hot beverage or drink would you like to drink right now?
Come
For
again.
example,
I'm so sorry.
maybe you
It's
can
easy.
give her some examples like tea or
Coffee.
Yeah. Would you like a hot
chocolate.
beverage? What's your favorite hot drink?
Favorite. You know, it's there's a connection problem here.
I know, I
It's
understand.
on and off.
I understand. No worries. So would you like some tea or coffee or hot chocolate? Take your pick. Which is your favorite?
Favorite topic?
Favorite drink. Hot drink.
So sorry. Favorite drink? Juice, orange juice.
All right. Fine. There's some orange juice coming your way. So yeah, I'm throwing it to you. Please catch it.
Okay. Thank you.
Great. So thank you so much for that. Yes, Naeem, that was beautiful. And we really appreciate you being with us despite the connection problems that you so obviously have. But the technical connection may be suffering, but our connection is as strong as ever. So next we only have members and someone who has been comparatively quiet, Isaac.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. Toastmaster. Well, I enjoyed this meeting. I love the different testimonies and the different things that people do to celebrate the holidays. So as always, an interesting meeting, and it was good to see faces that I haven't seen in a while. So I enjoyed it, as always. And as far as a hot beverage, I think I'm gonna splurge today. So how about some rum and coffee?
Wow. Wow. That is great. That is great.
Yeah.
So there's a tray flying towards you because both things will not fit in a cup. So yeah, the tray. So be ready to catch it. There it comes. All right. How about we ask Cynthia, what are you taking away from this meeting?
Oh, wow. It was amazing. I love the table topics, how culturally integrated it was. I learned a lot of the gods I knew already, but I hadn't heard of some of them, or I have only heard very little about them. But I love how they were specific to Hindu, but general enough that I can understand what they do and how I could relate to that that sort of archetype, I guess, was there. And all the speeches were phenomenal, really. And all the role players just amazing. Rosemary, you were a fabulous Toastmaster, and Isaac, the Sergeant of Arms and Timer. And yeah, it was really great. I just thoroughly enjoyed it. And I really appreciated that some of our newer members like Lydia and Maya. And yeah, that they talked and they got through their speeches. That was really good. And Sempa was here. She did a silent evaluation of Lydia. That was great. She had to leave though because she wasn't feeling well. But yeah, it's just so nice to see new members coming along and speaking and stepping up. It's wonderful. And I would like some chai, although it'd have to be decaf. But I like my chai mixed with chocolate because I love chocolate. So a chocolate chai.
Chai mixed with chocolate.
Hot
All
chocolate.
right.
Yes.
All right. To me, that sounds like an ungodly combination, but it's your choice.
Oh, no, we do that a lot in America. A chocolate chai is something that's known far and wide at Starbucks and Pete's and stuff. And so they mix half chai and half chocolate.
All right. So I didn't know that. So, okay, I'll try that. That means I'll try making it at home. So, yeah, there you go, Cynthia. There you go. Chocolate chai. Enjoy.
Chocolate chai. Woo!
Enjoy this abomination.
Leave it to Americans to make an abomination of a drink, right?
well, who knows? Who knows? I may try it and I might get converted too. So yeah, you never know. So next, okay, let's ask someone who is always very concise and precise and efficient with their words. Splurge a bit today, DTM Rosalind.
Okay. Hi, everybody. It's the camera on here. So I'm a little distracted. I have some schoolwork I'm trying to correct with, but you know, I heard the topics, I heard the speeches, and they just captured me to put down my papers, to tune in, to listen, to really captivate, because one of the things, if you know me, I love learning about other cultures, and just to hear how the holidays were celebrated around the world. The impromptu topics were amazing. I have an upcoming event that I'm doing that's called Health, Wealth, and Happiness. So I was taking pictures of all the different goddesses that were there and going, we'll have to use this, we'll have to use that. Oh my God, that'll be so perfect, so perfect. So it's, I think the old adage is, if you knew what was going on in my life, you'd say I shouldn't be on this meeting, and I have plenty of other things to keep me busy and keep me going. But there's a part of me that says sometimes you just need to step away from it all and do something else. So here I am, and Cynthia knows, 10 minutes into a meeting online, and there she is off and running. So blessings to all the people who spoke. They did a phenomenal job, and I've never seen a table topics like that. It was just over the top. So that are my thoughts, and back to the papers.
Wow, thank you so much. And yes, you also have to select your hot beverage.
Well, my hot beverage, I'm going to go back to a time that I was in Europe, and it was the holidays. And many of you are probably familiar with it. I was in Sweden, and they have a beverage that is called glögg. And it was kind of fun. And I don't remember it having alcohol in it, but it was just an interesting taste. So that's what I'd ask you to serve me up in this December, thinking back of a cold summer night in Sweden, where they came up in their typical gowns, and they brought us the pepperkoppen, and they said, we are here to teach you about the Swedish custom of, and I can still remember being in that down comforter that wrapped around you like it was your best friend, and it was just so warm. And every year I still send letters to my families that are overseas. About 6 of them go out around the world to different families I stayed with many years ago. So that is the story of my hot beverage.
All right. Allow me some time. I'll have to Google it to look for the recipe first, because I don't know how to make it. But yeah, you will receive it in due course. Is that okay?
Awesome. Fantastic.
All right. Let's ask Michelle. What are you taking away?
Well, of course, I loved the table topics. I thought it was so inventive, and I was so impressed with what Alpana put together with all the pictures, and the questions were really a wonderful revision and a way for individuals who maybe didn't know all those gods and goddesses to connect with what those gods and goddesses meant. So I thought it was brilliant. But the other person I would like to acknowledge, and unfortunately she's already left, is Rosemary. Rosemary is an amazing Toastmaster, and she embodied the ideal of, well, I think both she and the Table Topics Master, whose name is slipping out of my head at the moment, listening and then bringing that into their conversation when it comes back to them and acknowledging. And both of them really did excellent listening. And I just wanted to acknowledge, and they could probably get credit for that if they just got somebody to evaluate them. So that's what I took away.
Wow, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. And I totally agree with you. While listening to Alpana, I was thinking that why isn't this an active listening project? Because she did it to perfection, absolute perfection.
I think she did do it. I talked to her about it, so I'm going to follow up with her and see if she did it, because I'll write her evaluation. We didn't talk about it, but we talked about it early on, because I'd love for all of our table topics to be an active listening session.
Yeah, that's
project.
the best way
That would
to do
be
it.
excellent.
She did a really, really good job.
Yeah, and I think she deserves to get the credit for this, as she put so much heart and soul into it. So, okay. So your hot beverage of choice, Michelle?
I want peppermint with a mixture of Egyptian licorice tea.
All right. Okay.
Wow.
It is great.
Wow.
Peppermint without the licorice tea is bland, bland, bland. But the Egyptian licorice with the peppermint is awesome.
All right. All right. Yeah, I can imagine that. That must be really, really intense and interesting. So yeah. Okay. So yeah, it has my stamp of approval. So here it comes. Please catch it. And just one person remaining, Toastmaster Lydia. So your thoughts.
So what I really enjoyed was just all of the different customs that people around the world have. And as I was listening, it was things that I wanted to kind of research, and I love just incorporating different cultures. I'm kind of a worldly person, so I love to just kind of, and incorporate different things into my own practices. So I think I'll be doing some of that.
Well, and yeah, that was the most beautiful part of the meeting today. And one thing that one realizes is that this is the only way to move forward, to be inclusive, to be respectful, to be understanding, to acknowledge other culture. You don't need to change your belief system. You don't need to change your worldview, but nothing is stopping you from acknowledging and respecting and incorporating good elements from every culture. And today we saw that to the fullest. I remember even our previous holiday party, which was equally beautiful, all about the festivals and lights, and this one was even more memorable. So yeah, your hot beverage of choice, Lydia.
Let's do a white chocolate mocha.
Oh, wow. Oh my God. Now everybody is yearning for a white chocolate mocha. Thank you so much for that. But okay, fine. There you go.
We Americans and our beverages, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, three sweeter words were never spoken together. White chocolate mocha. All right. There you go. So.
Thank you.
So right. So right. 2 minutes to go, and I think we are through with the agenda. It was a beautiful, beautiful meeting. I'm so glad that I was able to listen in to most of it today, and I'll try to do that in the future as well.